Hello everyone, this is Evan Rogers, coming at you with Distal Perfective Complete Verbs. You did it perfectively. I am currently doing it imperfectively. Alright, we're talking about making verbs past tense. I'm using that term even though it's inaccurate, because you're probably more familiar with the term past tense, and sorry if it gets dark, it's nighttime and I only have the backlight. And this guy is right up to my face because I want you to hear me better. Alright, let's get through this. Before we begin, I apologize for all the buts in this one, but we're going to be learning some more agglutination. If you remember agglutination from the fourth video in this series, then you'll remember there was lots of girl booty. This one, I got you girls. Lots of man booty. Here we go. A reminder of what agglutination is. Glutes! When you take a word, and my understanding is that it's usually a verb, you're going to be adding a series of suffixes to it. That just means you have a word, and then you add something to the end of it. Word, end of it. Each suffix is kind of like a marker of some sort of a meaning, and these markers are going to change it from like past to present to future, or and it might change how the verb affects the subject in certain ways. And they come in a specific order. If you have that in your language, you have agglutination, and Japanese has that in its in its language. And so it's got them glutes. I should seriously think about using that as my logo. Yeah. Alright, perfective versus perfective versus perfects. Guess what? People who studied Japanese didn't bother studying linguistics, or perhaps linguistics advanced beyond what the people learning Japanese were thinking. I don't know exactly how it happened, but there's two perfectives. There's the linguistics perfectives, and there's the Japanese language perfective. And there's also in English we have perfects, or maybe it's pronounced perfects. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so here we go. Japanese textbooks, and like I just said, they have different terms of perfective and imperfective. Okay, so in linguistics, a perfective modifies the aspect of the verb. The aspect of the verb is when we talk about whether it happened once, or like a single point in time, or if we're treating it as though it's an elongated verb. So, for example, the difference between I ate versus I was eating. Both of those happened in the past. One of them was just a simple 1 second blip on the map, and one of them was a long time that it took. Also in English, we have perfects, which is when we have an action, but we're focusing at the end of it. So, for example, I had been eating dinner for 3 hours when a dog appeared. So, past tense, I had elongated, been eating when a dog appeared. We're focusing on the end. That's a perfect. So what is the Japanese perfective? The Japanese perfective is, you're going to be using these two words, complete and non-complete. These are the other ideas. These would be the more accurate ways of describing the Japanese perfective and imperfective. The complete is when the action is done. It has happened. It is over. Thus, it looks a lot like the past tense. The non-complete, or you're going to hear me accidentally call it the imperfective. Sorry, I learned it that way, so I'm going to be following the bad example. Sorry. So I'm going to try to distinguish between complete and perfective and non-complete and imperfective, but I'm going to screw up, so apologies. Anyway, the non-complete is simply it hasn't finished yet, aka it is not complete. Okay? Hopefully that'll clarify things. Linguistics perfective, a blip of time. Imperfective linguistics, it was elongated. The English perfect is we're focusing on the tail end of the verb, and something new is about to happen generally. Japanese perfective, aka the complete, it's done. It's over. It has already been done. Like, you barfed and the barfing is completed. The Japanese non-complete, aka imperfective, it is not done, or it will happen in the future. Something to that. It is not done. It's not done. It's not completed. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Let's keep on trucking. Let's learn about tense, aspect, and mood. Tense is the linguistics term where we tell you when the verb is going to be happening. With the Japanese perfective, we're generally talking about a tense, maybe kind of a... No, it's a tense. The perfective and the imperfective in Japanese, the complete or the non-complete, is very much a tense. Because it's either completed at the time of speaking, or it's incomplete at the time of speaking, / the time of reference. It's very much a tense. It's a location in time. And that's what a tense is. A tense is telling us when the verb happened. Okay, so we have present, past, future in English. Aspect. An aspect is the time over which the verb expands. Okay, so yeah, the time the verb expands over. So we can either have a single point or a continuous or a focusing at the end of it, even though it might just be a single point. Those would be other things. We can do that in Japanese different ways, but we're not focusing on that. The mood of a verb changes the meaning of the verb lightly. So for example, I ate versus I was eaten. You can see that one of those change the mood. Both of them are eat, but one of them involves me dying, and one of them involves someone else getting eaten, possibly a pizza. So here we have this guy eating everything up. Don't let your desires consume you. I think this was because I was thinking of eat and be eaten. So this guy in the movie Spirited Away, aka what's it, Sen to Chihiro no Kamikaze, he goes around offering people things, and then they eat it, and then because they eat what he gives him, they are eaten by him, and that would be a change in a mood. So that was why I chose that picture. Also, the movie's amazing, fantastic in so many fronts. I highly recommend that guy's work, Studio Ghibli, and what's his name? Miyazaki, I think is his last name. And by the way, this looks terrifying. I don't think I would ever eat anything that looks like that. Okay, let's keep on trucking. Basic TAM, aka tense, aspect, mood. English, I ate a pizza, so it happened in the past. It's a singularity, I ate. And it's active. I'm the one performing the action. The subject does the verb. I am eating a pizza. So currently it's present. So I'm eating. It's over an elongated period of time, right? It's not just that I am eating right now. I started eating earlier and I will continue into the future. So this is a continuous. Sometimes it's called a progressive. And once again, the subject is doing the action. Ergo, it is active. The pizza will have been eaten by them. The pizza is the subject, but it's not doing the eating. It will be eaten, right? So it's passive. The mood is passive. Will have been eaten, so it's in the future. So the tense is a future. The mood is passive. And it will have been eaten by them at some point in the future after the verb. So we're focusing on the tail end of the being eaten. So it's a perfect. Not a perfective, but a perfect. So here is some basic linguistics for you. Just one more time, watch all this again, and you'll understand some very basic linguistics that even I didn't know until a little while ago. Very important in your education for language learning. So please just watch this over and over again and buy yourself a basic linguistics book. It'll help so much with what's going on in Japanese when you're learning. One of the books I recommend. Let me see if I can bring up the title page. A Reference Grammar of Japanese. Sorry if I bumped the microphone. By the way, I was thinking about selling these bookmarks that I made. I don't know, just to raise funds and help you guys get something for encouraging me. Let me know if you think that you want to buy a bookmark. I do a lot of reading, so I bought a whole bunch of them. And I just wanted a cool bookmark, so Maybe I'll make a video of that. All right. Here are some more glutes. All right, tenses. We're going to ignore aspect and mood for now because we're interested in when a verb is happening, okay? I know you're probably getting bored with this and you're just annoyed with how much linguistics and not Japanese we're learning, but guess what? If you learn linguistics, you're partially learning Japanese because Japanese is a language, yeah. Oh. All right. Incomplete. So once again, here's what we're focusing on in Japanese: agglutination. We got the incomplete tense of the verb. The action has not fully completed yet, aka an imperfective in Japanese linguistics. English examples: I will go to the store. Notice going has not finished. And I go to the store every day. Sure, I went to the store a few times in the past, but I will in the future, and thus it is imperfective, aka incomplete, because going to the store has yet to be finished. Sure, I went yesterday. Sure, I went 2 days ago. Sure, I went 3 days ago. Sure, I've gone to the store every single day of my life, but I'm going to go today, and I will go again tomorrow, and I will keep going. Thus, the verb of go is not complete, aka it is incomplete. And that is how Japanese verbs work. So now let's talk about the complete. The action has completed, it is done, it is perfective, it is complete. All of those words are accurate. English examples: I went to the store. Notice that sentence has no bearing whatsoever on now or the future. Going is done. The going is done. It is done. We went. It is done. Owari. The next one. I went to the store every day 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, I went to the store every single day. Sure, I went to the store every single day and it was continuous over a long period of time. But that going every day was 10 years ago and it's done. It is completed. So in a situation like even that, where it seems habitual, or, over time, it is still a complete action. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So I try to choose two good examples there of just something easy, like I went to the store yesterday. Of course that's over. I went to the store every day 10 years ago. That feels continuous and not done, but it was 10 years ago, so it is done. Okay. This is kind of funny because it must be an illustrator's guide on how to draw male butts, because it's talking about like how to, by the way, this guy here is the kanji for butt, oshiri. It can also be ketsu, I think. This is ikemen shiri. So this is a good looking man's butt. This is kodomo shiri. I don't know why you'd want to learn how to draw a boy's butt. Like, ugh, no thanks. I forget what muki means. That probably means muscular. These glutes look kind of tense. That's right, I went there. All right, everybody, the distal verb. So that means that we're putting a distance between us and we're kind of being polite to the person we're talking to in general. We're talking about verbs. So we're talking about actions in general. That's what we're talking about. And we're talking about the complete tense. I don't mean every single tense of every single agglutination of a distal verb. I mean the complete tense, right? We're learning about tenses when a verb takes place, and we're talking about the complete tense, aka it is finished. So these are a bunch of crazy linguistics terms that you're now familiar with. Isn't that amazing? When I say the distal verb complete tense, your brain says we're putting a social distance between somebody. We're talking about verbs, generally they're actions. We're talking about something that is done happening. And we're talking about the tense, so it's we're talking about when the verb took place, or when it could be a word. We're gonna learn adjectives have tenses. Intriguingly, okay. So if a sentence has happened and the action/situation is done, a complete tense, we add the complete suffix to the end. I will accidentally call this the perfective. Sorry, it's just how I learned it. Many textbooks will also, many textbooks just call it the past tense, which is not accurate. So be careful if your textbook says that. It's probably still okay. They're just putting it in words that you understand. Sorry for the confusion. To make a positive distal verb complete, change the final s sound, which is generally written as a su, to shita. which is written as she ta. To make a negative distal verb complete, so if it's negative, we add deshta to the negative verb. Okay? So you remember negative verbs end in masen. So we just say masen deshta. Sorry, negative distal verbs end in masen. Then so we add deshta. So it would be blah 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 masen deshta. Okay? However, if we're dealing with a verb, I think we did shimas already. We've learned shimas already. So we go from shimas to shimashita. Okay, we're going to get some examples. Notice the E sound in these complete suffixes, the shta and the deshta, is not pronounced. So it's shta and deshta, generally, 9 times out of 10. This is the complete form of des. Oh yeah, the deshta is the complete form, the complete tense of des. But we haven't talked about this yet. And notice how that enters us into a catch-22, where deshta is a complete tense that we're using we're using a complete tense to create a complete tense, right? So we're going to use a complete tense to make a complete tense, but in order to make a complete tense, we have to make a complete tense. It's crazy thing we're getting stuck into. The reason why it's a catch-22 is because we're learning the distal verbs first. So when we learn the plain form, the direct form, that goes away. Anyway, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So verbs from video 004, when we saw the lady glutes instead of all the men glutes, we had tabemasu, will/do eat. Notice how they are not complete. Nomimasu, will or do drink. Those are the general translations. Tsukaimasu, will or do use. Kuroshimasu, will kill or do kill. I wanted to have a fun verb in there, so I gave you kuroshimasu. Shimasu, will do or you do something. do. Remember them. If you forget them, you should have signed up for daily email lessons at evansiesjapanese.com, where I will send you emails daily with just give me your email. Don't worry, no ads, nothing, no me selling you stuff. At least not for now. I'm hoping people will donate to me, but it hasn't happened much yet. Okay. Anyway, let's keep on trucking. We're gonna get some new verbs. New verbs. Yomimasu. Will or do read. So this is to read. Kakimasu. This is will or do write, and it could also be to draw. I didn't give you the kanji, so technically it's both. To write or draw. Mimasu. Will or do. So once again, the tense is incomplete, aka non-complete, aka imperfective. So we will or do watch or see or look. These 3 verbs are difficult for Japanese people to understand because you mimasu a movie, you mimasu somebody out of the corner of your eye, and you mimasu that dog that's humping someone's leg. Look, there's a dog humping the leg. All of those are mimasu, so it's difficult. Akemasu is to open, generally like a door or a window. Maybe even a treasure chest. Shimemasu. Will or do close, all the same things. Pause it, memorize them, do it. Shimasu, which actually isn't a command. That's incorrect grammar. Shimasu. The distal... This little boy down here on the bottom left who's showing us his agglutination is Crayon Shin-chan. He is hilarious. And this is funny that they're comparing butts to the super masculine chins. That's a brilliant idea. All right, the distal verb complete marker. Let's show some agglutination. The structure for verb agglutination is we do the base meaning, the politeness marker, the negative marker, and the complete marker. So we have, for example, ake is to open. The politeness marker, we're entering a politeness marker of mas, distal. The negative marker, we're not putting it in. And the complete marker, shita, complete. So this is the order that you're going to be agglutinizing things. Agglutinizing. So base, politeness marker, negative, complete. Okay? So the meaning, whether or not we're being polite to somebody, the negative, and then the complete. So notice how there's this strict order of agglutination. Of suffix, I should say. There's a strict order of suffix addition, and that's how we get agglutination. I already explained it to you. That's what an agglutinative language is. Agglutination. I just love saying glutes. Agglutination. Hey. There are some more buts. If that's too distracting, just pause it and look at this on your own. I'll try to get through this one fast. Notice that the pronunciation of letters in the parentheses are shared between the boxes or just not pronounced. So base meanings, we have tabe, shime, tsukai, and yomi. So eat, shut, use, and drink. We're making politeness markers. So mas, mas. Notice the U kind of isn't being pronounced here. Then the blue ones are going to be positive. So in this one, we're being positive, aka the negative marker is not absent. Then down here, the negative marker is not absent. But here, the negative marker is not absent. Is there. Language. So I'm using the color green to make it easier on you. So that means negative. So shimemasen, negative. Tsukaimasen, negative. Tabemasu, positive. Yomimasu, positive. And then the completeness marker up here, absent. So tabemasu, we're done. To eat. I will eat or I do eat. Shimemasu, the completeness marker is again going to be absent, so it's going to be incomplete. Shimemasu, but it's going to be negative. Shimemasen. So I don't eat or I will. I won't close or I would. I do not close or I will not close. My boy's waking up. Let me go get him. Okay, so sorry about that. I forget where we were, but I think it was somewhere around here. My son is asleep. Sorry I didn't get to see him. He was crying. I couldn't do both at the same time. All right. So shime masen. So it means to shut, and I'm being polite to you, and it's negative. And then I don't have a complete marker. Sorry if that's too loud. So it just means I don't eat or I won't eat. Or eat. I keep using the word eat. I won't shut something or I don't shut something. I don't shut the door every day. All right, so the next one is tsukai masen deshita. So we have the base tsukai, which is to use. The politeness marker mas, so we're being polite and distal. Negative marker sen, so we're being negative. I'm saying don't use. And the completeness marker is there, so I'm changing it to yellow to make it, negative complete. Which means that I didn't. It changes it to didn't. The not using at that time is done. So I'm talking about a previous time when I did not use something. All right, next, base. Yomi mas. There is no negative marker, so we're keeping it blue. And I'm changing mas to mashita. So notice how the S turns into a sh there. Like I said in the previous few slides, I forget where it was exactly, but the S sound at the end there turns into a shta. So I'm not really changing the S, I'm just replacing it, cutting and replacing. Yomimashita. I read. At some point in the past, I read, and I'm done doing it. Done reading. I don't know, I think it's a weird song. Them some booties for the glutes, for the glutination booties. So, koroshimasen is kill, being polite to the person I'm speaking to, showing a distance between the person I'm speaking to, and sen, negative, I won't kill or I don't kill people. I don't kill spiders. I won't kill spiders no matter how freaky they are. So notice it's incomplete because we didn't put the mashta there. Or sorry, this would have been a deshta. Okay, so base. She mas sen deshta. She mas sen deshta. You sound kind of like a robot, but that's not really how it's pronounced. It's shimasen deshta. So she, do, mas, distal, put a distance, sen, negative, deshita. So I did not do whatever it is we're talking about. Benkyou shimasen deshita. I did not study last night. So the studying that I did not, or the whatever it is that I was going to do, it's complete that I haven't done it. So, last night, last week, I didn't do something. All right, mi, mas, sen, deshita. We have another completeness marker. So just like the one above it, it's negative and it's complete. So see or look or watch, putting a distance between us. Maybe I don't know you that well. So, oh no, I didn't see the movie. If you've seen the recent South Park episode, I didn't see Black Panther. Mimas endes yo. I didn't see Black Panther. All right, South Park's hilarious. Kaki mas, no negative marker, so it's positive. And then shita, kaki ma shita. So kaki, I wrote or I'd write or I draw. and I'm putting a distance between us, and I'm making it complete. So, kakimashita. I wrote something or I drew something, and we are done with the drawing and writing. A few new nouns. Get your vocab up. Hon, book. Tegami, tegami, letter. Like a letter that you send in the mail. We don't use them very much anymore. Eiga, movie. Doa, door. Takara bako, a treasure chest. Takara is treasure. Bako is hako for chest. Go ahead and pause these, write them down, memorize them. Hon, tegami, eiga, doa, takara bako. Book, letter, movie, door, treasure chest. Alright, so here is some practice. On the left, we have the positive incomplete. And then on the right, we have the positive complete. And we have basically the same sentence on each side. Just one of them is complete, one of them is not complete. So you can see the difference. Alright, kore tabemasu. Kore tabemasu. Somebody will or does eat kore, this thing. Kore tabemashita. Somebody, maybe me, I ate this. Sore tsukaimasu. Sore tsukaimasu. I will use that. I do use that. The using is incomplete, so I will or I do use it. Sore tsukaimashita. I used that thing that's by you. So once again, sore is by you, kore is by me. This thing near me. So sore is by you, kore is by me. Tegami kakimasu. Tegami kakimasu. Will or do you write letters? Will you write the letter? Will somebody write the letter? Will the letter get written somehow? Versus tegami kakimashita. Tegami kakimashita. Tegami kakimashita. Did you write the letter? Did somebody write the letter? Did she write the letter? Did the dog write the letter? Did the monkey write the letter? Did the robotic future robots who come to kill John whatever write the letter? In context, we would know who the subject is. Without context, I just have to make something up. Eiga mimasu. I will watch the movie or I do watch the movie. So this is a token saying, I will watch the movie. I will watch Black Panther. Eiga mimasu yo. Eiga mimashita. So this is Eric Cartman demanding that he's seen the movie. Eiga mimashita yo. I've seen the movie. I saw the movie. I have watched the movie. All of those are past and thus they are complete. The watching is done. The watching of the movie is done, so it is mashita complete. All right, now let's do some negatives. Negative incomplete on the left, negative complete on the right. So exact same sentences as the ones before, just they're going to be negative. Okay? There's a little bit of not overlap because I had to change the font size. Okay, here we go. Kore, remember it was kore, sore, tegami, eiga, kore, sore, tegami, eiga. Flip one back. Kore, sore, tegami, eiga, kore, sore, tegami, eiga. You can compare how all of these work. Kore tabemasen. I will not eat this. I don't eat this. You won't, she won't, somebody won't eat that. Or they don't eat these things. My daughter used to eat miso soup. Now she doesn't. So, musume wa, my daughter, miso shiru tabemashita. She ate it, but now tabemasen. Now tabemasen. She does not eat it. Okay, so now we're gonna make it negative, complete. So kore tabemasen deshita. Kore tabemasen deshita. Oh, nobody ate this. I didn't eat that. You didn't eat that. Somebody didn't eat that. My hand is really itchy. That's distracting me. Scratching my hand every 4 seconds. Sore tsukaimasen. I will not use that, or I don't use that. Sore tsukaimasen deshita. I didn't use that. So if you see the movie or if you see the TV show Penn and Teller's Fool Us, they're like, did you use a blah blah blah? And then they're like, oh, sore tsukaimasen deshita. I didn't use that thing that's by you, or that thing that we're talking about. Tegami kakimasen. Oh, sorry, tegami kakimasen. So notice we have a negative question. It's an invitation or it's clarification. So will you not write the letter, or do you not write letters? Which can shorten to, won't you write the letter? Tegami kakimasen. Won't you write the letter? Negative past tense. I'm sorry. Negative not past tense. Negative perfective. Or negative complete. Tegami kakimasen deshita. Didn't you write the letter? Didn't you write the letter? Notice that has to be did because it's past tense. Did the subject not write the letter? Did subject didn't write the letter? Tegami kakimasen deshita. He didn't write the letter. Tegami kakimasen deshita. You're not going to write the letter? All of those are acceptable. Both of those. Eiga mimasen. I will not watch the movie. I don't watch the movie. Someone doesn't watch the movie. Tokenda won't watch the movie. Ega mimasen deshita. I didn't see the movie. Someone did not see the movie. The watching of the movie at some given point in the past or in reference to now is completely not happened. Has not happened. So ega mimasen deshita. And finally, we're going to have a few example sentences that are a little bit out of context, but I'm going to give them context, sort of, kind of, but without telling what the context is. Takarabako akimasen deshita. I didn't open the treasure chest. So a rogue walked in. It's like, dude, did you open the treasure chest? Oh, excuse me. Did you open the treasure chest? No, I didn't. Takarabako akimasen deshita. I didn't do it. That's what a rogue would say, wouldn't he? Because he steals stuff and then relocks it. That thievy bastard. Eiga mimashita? You saw the movie? Eiga mimashita? You saw the movie? Eiga mimashita? She didn't use that. Sore tsukaimasen deshita. Sore tsukaimasen deshita. She didn't use that. For some reason, she didn't use something. Hon yomimashita. So she is apparently who we're talking about, and she read, apparently the hon that we're talking about is your book. So hon yomimashita. Hon yomimashita. Yeah, she read that book. She read your book. So you can see without, these are all sentences, and we don't have the context for them, so I just gave them a context. And this is the context that I gave them, and it could work. You can imagine a situation where any of these sentences would take place. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you thought it was good, thumb it up, share it with your friends, spread the news wide and far, and consider donating. Check out the website, www.evanseasyjapanese.com. You have yourself a good day, and I'm going to get to bed. Bye-bye.